What do you do if the student is reading something that is difficult for them to the point of making it frustrating? That's what this video is about. It will help you provide the student with support. So the story is too hard for the student or the text. You can give them an easier text to read. That's one way to do it. But there's also a place for mixed ability grouping where you don't give them an easier text. Instead, you provide them with support to make the text come into a zone where they can understand it. In my class, we decide that nothing is too hard. It just depends on how much time and effort you want to put into it. Okay? So the students have to have that confidence to begin with, that they are a reader and they can decode anything. And they also have to be willing to put in the time. One thing that allows them to have that sort of understanding is providing them with the support they need when they come across a text that's too hard. In this video, you'll see activities that the students do that they do work, and the students see that they work. First, they don't understand, then they do the read and review activity or the retelling activity or the questioning activities, and they realize that, okay, I didn't understand it, now I do. And side note is, as text is considered frustrating or too hard for the student to go at alone without support, if they can read 90% of the words, which that's a lot, and it's still considered frustrating. Or if they can answer 75% of the questions or less, 75% comprehension or less, then it's frustrating. Okay? So we provide support so that it becomes at what we call the instructional level. Okay, so here's my bell to remind you to make it fun and interesting so the students are internally motivated. And there's many ways to do that. For this topic, let's just say keep the activities at their ability level. Not too easy and not too hard. In this case, reading instructional level text. And a phrase that goes along with this topic is zone of proximal development by Vygotsky, educational theorist. So look into that. That should be something that you try to achieve for every lesson. So in this lesson, you'll see me pare down a text for the students.
A rooster.
Rooster, right. How do roosters walk? Can you show us? $5. A free pizza?
No. Okay.
What is one thing about roosters that is annoying? Cock-a-doodle-doo? What do we call that? When they go,
In the morning.
they do that in the morning. Would you like to have a rooster outside your window every morning? Annoying. Stop.
And I will eat them.
Oh, you just eat it for dinner. No more rooster. I had a bad neighbor What do you think I did?
Call to the police.
I did that.
Really?
Call the police. Guess what the police said? Yes. And in our story, what do you think the rooster was doing?
Tokyo and
Crow.
the people were so noisy.
The rooster was.
Disturbing the peace.
You want to see who can make the best sound? Who wants to go first? Yes, sir. Why did someone write that? Tell your friend, why did someone write that?
Because the rooster is disappeared, so the rooster is disappeared. Yes.
The rooster ran away.
Looking very intelligent and died.
Mrs. K was not in the third grade.
Mrs. K is a widow.
Mrs. K is Mia's mother.
No.
Neighbor.
Neighbor.
Where does it say that?
Neighbor.
Neighbor.
Yeah.
To say like this.
You found it. The rooster ran away. Yes, no, or so.
We don't read this, but when we read in here, no run away.
Okay.
Only noisy.
How about Mrs. K has a problem. She feels
Yes.
sad. So maybe there's more than one problem. What is Mrs. K's problem?
No. Noisy.
Hold on. Yeah? Tell us, girls, what you
Mrs.
think.
K is the rooster is working in the
Waking.
6 o'clock in the morning, so she is tired, but the rooster is don't stop.
Please speak English.
And milk, plus. Cookie.
Okay, so we have the tea and cookies and milk. Pass it to Danny. Read the So this is what we have. A beautiful map of all the places. Now we're going to read it again, but you're going to tell me what the characters say and do.
Okay.
Okay?
Each page.
Each page. So, Miss K, I'm here. And what does she hear? Right. Oh, when she was in the kitchen, she did something with her nose. For?
Chocolate, and the baked bread. Yes, but there was not.
So she might have gone. Then she goes into What room?
Dining
Dining
room.
room.
Right, just like our map shows.
Dining.
So here we go with this. The dining room, and what does she see?
The
Mrs.
Mrs.
K
K
in
in
the table
Here's the table. Here's Mrs. K.
and
same.
Yeah.
oh, same
Hey,
height.
we're twins.
And making ceremony Japanese tea.
Here's the tea. Okay.
In cup.
All right. Good job. Go to the next page. Okay. So she says.
No,
She says.
no. I would eat tea.
Yeah. Am I going to have some tea?
No, that's not yours.
Not yours. I'm drinking it because.
To calm
Calm down.
Calm down.
myself.
Let's let these two. I can't hear you guys. Are you
Clean.
calm now?
Not really. Not good.
Are you calm now? Yes or no?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really. In fact,
I'm
I'm
Upset. No.
upset. Did she say why? No, she does not say why. Okay, now she gets up.
And Leonardo follow.
Leonardo is the cat. Where does she go?
Also, bedroom.
Where is she going?
Go to
Go to the
Look in the book.
kitchen.
Here.
The kitchen.
Now they're in the kitchen. Maybe she's going to get her
Some food.
drink. Good, next page. Ready? Alright. So Mia follows her into the kitchen and says, and then she says, I've been upset since.
7 o'clock.
6, 7, 7.
Why did you?
Get out of the wrong. Bed, not good dream. Not bad side of bed.
Wrong side of
No.
not me.
It's
This neighbor Mrs.
now she tells the problem.
Yes.
Say the problem.
The rooster
Rooster didn't
Crop
called
and
and
6 o'clock morning.
So Mr. Wicket says,
rooster is disturbing the peace.
So here call
to the
Police.
Mio says, he's
He's mean.
mean. Okay. Go to the next one. Here's Mrs. K's house. Whose house is this? Okay. What room are they in?
The kitchen.
Kitchen. Do you need any props? Mia goes home.
And mom.
And mom.
About the rooster's nice home.
What do you call that though? Find it in the book. Did not write a newspaper. That would take a long time to write a whole newspaper. It's on page 257 at the very top. What did she make?
The poster of
Not a poster. What does the story call it?
School newspaper.
on page 2.
Class magazine.
magazine.
Into. She did not write the whole magazine. What did she write?
Nice home for traveling.
What do you call that?
Wanted.
Wanted? No, look real close.
Raise.
What?
Raise.
Raise? No. I see it 3 times in the first 2 paragraphs. Oh, on this page. I see it 3 times written. They're saying what the name of that is. What do you call that? Joey thinks it's ad. It's an ad, yes. So now, tell me what she did and do not say she wrote the newspaper. Help them, everybody.
She made the ad about Mr. Lincoln.
Much better.
New home.
Very good. Okay. What scene comes next? Look at
Police.
your story map.
Police.
Police come to the Mrs. K house.
Okay.
You are breaking a city law.
Now tell me about the policeman. Did he say it like this? You're breaking a city law.
No.
How did he say it?
You are breaking a city law.
Like he's happy? You're breaking a city law.
No. Like softly
No, softly and quiet and this. You're breaking.
You're breaking. Like a 무표정.
Yes.
You're breaking a city law.
No,
That's
not
soft
that
and
quiet. Not
quiet.
that quiet.
You're breaking a city law.
Not that quiet.
You're breaking a city law.
Not that
There's
softly.
there's a word that will tell me how to say it. Find it on 259. What? It's one of our
Sympathetic.
it's one of our vocabulary words. Yes. What does sympathetic mean?
Is
Like
The best.
You're breaking a city law.
His eyes show us that he's sympathetic. Okay. What comes next? Look at your map, please.
celebrate.
We will do a party. Try again.
We will do a
We will have a party.
to celebrate.
Say it. We will a
Have a
party.
When we
party.
have a party.
Right. She felt happy. He gave 2 more words. No, 1 more word.
Relieved and happy.
Yes.
Relieved. Do you know what relieved means? What?
Not care.
Oh God. Now let's do the last. Let's do the party scene here. Here, let's let him out of the.
Wicked.
Mr. Wicket. He's kind of sad, so I'll give you brown. And
Tallest.
Mio's young and bright and cheery. Mr. Botts is happy because he's getting a rooster. And first, we have Mr. Wicket and Mrs. K at the door talking.
I'm sorry about I make a trouble. I make a
Helper. Commotion. Good.
Rolling.
Even though.
Even though
Spelling or vocabulary word. Even though you're a.
you're
Help him out.
strong.
Means angry.
cross. Even though you're cross.
Old. A cross old man. Now give her your present. Okay. Now Mio and her mother. Tell us what you brought.
I brought a caramel cake.
I brought a philodendron plant. This is then you can talk Japanese to this.
I talk Japanese to it.
Thank you.
Mr. Bott said, come out to the country and
Meet Mr. Lincoln.
visit us anytime. Anytime. One day she would drive out to see the rooster.
One day I will drive and go to visit the
Good. Far Creek, that's where he lives. To Far Creek. And then Mio said,
goodbye,
Miss
Mr. and Mrs. Bott. Goodbye, Mr. Lincoln.
Okay, then that's the end. Okay, here's their tests. And we're going to look at 3 students' tests. And we're going to look at them through 2 lenses. The first lens will be through the lens of the learning goal that says they will understand the story. And the second lens will be through the other one, learning goal, that says they will produce language from the story. So first, let's read this part about the kitchen through the lens of whether or not they understood the story. Did they include the important details? This is kind of in a way, a tedious story because it has a lot of just little subtle things and not a whole lot happens. There's no one's dying or saving anyone. But anyway, this person said Mia walked into the kitchen and sniffed for chocolate and fresh bread. Okay, that's right. She smelled only floor wax. That's an excellent show of understanding. And then she said, Miss K, are you there? And she heard the parrot say that too. Then she said hello to the parrot, and the parrot said hello back. Those are all the details. So that's that would be excellent. Here's a much shorter one. Mia went to the kitchen. That's correct. She sniffed for tea. That's incorrect. She found Mrs. K in the dining room, and she left out the exchange with the parrot. And she didn't sniff for tea. And then here's another one. She went to the kitchen and sniffed, thinking about chocolate brownies. Okay. There was only floor wax. Okay. And then she did not tell about the exchange with the parrot. Now let's look at the party scene, the one that they reenacted in our video. And here we see they were happy, so they had a party to celebrate. And then those are the people that came. Mio's mother and Mio brought a caramel cake. That's correct. Mr. Wicket brought a box of cherries. That's correct. But she didn't talk about Mr. Wicket saying sorry for causing such a commotion. And that was important because it told us something about what kind of person Mr. Wicket was. And then here, Mr. Wicket, those are the people she invited. And then Mr. Wickett apologized, sorry for making such a commotion. And Mrs. K said, "It's okay, besides you are a cross man." Okay, whatever. And then Mr. Wickett brought the cherries, Mr. Botts brought the plant, and okay, that's fine. And now let's look at this one. At the party, Mr. Botts, Mio's mom, those are all the people there. Mr. Wickett said sorry. Okay. Didn't talk about commotion because she doesn't know that word, or didn't demonstrate knowledge of it. Mio's mom brought the cherries. Incorrect. Mr. Wickett brought the cherries. Mr. Botts bought the caramel cake. Incorrect. Mio's mom brought it. And then that day they have a celebrate. Mrs. K gave the rooster to Mr. Botts. Right. So now, for did you understand the story? I write the question right there for the student. I give them a grade and tell them why. Just these are notes, a few incorrect details and missing information. And then when I pass it back to them, this is one of the advantages of having only 4 students in the class. I'll talk to each one individually and show them a few incorrect details. I have them circled with a little note by it there, and so I'll just be able to quickly go there and then do it, quickly go there, and I should do this one because she got the detail of who brought that incorrect as well. Okay, so this one got, did you understand the story? A. Did you understand the story? A minus. Mr. Wickett's apology is the only thing missing. Okay. Now this is obviously a subjective part here. Okay, now let's look at it through the second lens of did they use the vocabulary words correctly? That's how I tell it to the students. In other words, did they produce the words correctly? Sniffed her nose. That's a little bit off. You are a widow. Doesn't show me that he knows what it means. And the roosters are serving the piece, right? Write an ad. It's actually put an ad in the paper, so I should circle that because I actually made a note here. Widow, sympathetic, and ad were used incorrectly, so B. I'm looking for whether or not they can place them in the sentence using the phrases that are associated with it, like such a commotion, which you did correctly there, or with box of cherries, brought comes before it, not bring, as this student did. So B plus, box of cherries said bring instead of brought, add didn't use the word put, sympathetic, he had a sympathetic face, which was true. But he also he said something sympathetically. And C plus here, she's missing a lot of words. Sympathetic, stuffed, disturbing the peace, celebrate and party and commotion. An ad was used incorrectly, so C plus is definitely more than she demonstrated, in my opinion. Okay, so there's the 2 lenses. I think it's important. Here's a real quick add-on. You may be saying, well, she does show that she knows what the words mean, and that's correct, but I'm not testing her on whether or not she understands the meaning. I'm testing her on if she can use them correctly. That it would be a different test, or the same one with a different lens, to give her a grade for meaning. And that's what the other test was for, with the fill in the blanks and matching and just relate and then just writing related words. Those tests are related to, does she know the meaning of the words? This one is just, can she use them correctly? Okay, so in the interest of not having an entire list of things here, I'm checking you for this, and this. This helps them for the next test at the end of the next story. These are their 2 goals that they need to be looking towards, okay? And this, using the vocabulary, is the if they can do that, then they've become very familiar with it. Well, if they can do that and use it in multiple contexts, then they've become very familiar with it. We're just using it in one context, the same context that was used in the book. So, but they're on their way to using it. We want it to move from we want it to go up to the part of the brain where they use it in conversation. That takes a long time, but this is a start here.
Blue.